Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dear Administrator, today's seniors in Bayshore Guest Home and Gardens. It's a pleasure today to have a gentleman who has worked at Bayshore. We are now solar, and he is the president of Mirasol, Scott Egglefield, and he will tell us about the benefits of going solar for the seniors and also for everybody. Scott, welcome to Bayshore Guest Home and Gardens. And first of all, thank you for everything you've done for us. Terrific job. Terrific job. Could you tell me, is this born out of passion? Is this something that you feel deeply about?
Yes, I graduated from college and I took a long 7-month trip to India and Nepal and realized how important it is for people to have hot water. I was in Nepal, which was the hepatitis capital of the world, and no one had hot water. And I remembered something about black pipes making hot water and decided I wanted to come back here and get into that business so that I could help people here and eventually bring it back to the third world.
That's wonderful. That's really wonderful. It's admirable. How long have you been in business?
It's been 35 years starting this year.
My goodness. And could you tell us some of the benefits of having the solar heating?
Well, there's several benefits. You know, there's the benefit of using less energy on the planet to begin with. That's for me is the most important. We only have so many resources and we need to conserve it. If we can make it with solar, everybody in the world would be better off, not just the people here.
I agree.
But it's all got to be economically feasible. People don't want to spend money unless it's going to be practical. If in your home there are several things you can do. You can do solar pool heating, solar water heating, and solar electric. And all of those are a better return on investment than you can get at the bank. In other words, we talk about a payback. Solar for water heating is about a 5-year payback. Well, that translates to a 20% return on investment.
Wow.
Solar pool heating is about a 3-year payback. That's 33%. Solar electric is about a 10-year payback, and that's better than putting money in the bank at 10% return, because that savings is actually tax-free income.
And you do get grants and things like this as well.
That's right. The federal government has a 30% tax credit for solar water heating and solar electric, and then Florida Department of Light has got grants. They'll pay you $1,000 if you put in a solar water heating on a residence. On a commercial facility, they'll pay up to $50,000.
That's wonderful. Yeah. So it's really encouraging people to do that.
It is, yes.
Good. And also, when you come in, how long is the process? Let's say a senior citizen or a couple wants to do this. How much discomfort or how is this process work so that they're not upset by the process of installation?
It doesn't take long. Once we get everything in order and get the permitting, it takes about a week to get the permit. Then we come in the morning, usually get there about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and we're usually done by 4 o'clock. We don't really turn the hot water off for more than maybe 30, 40 minutes. So there's really almost no disruption to their life.
Yes, and here at Bayshore, your men left everything perfectly clean and impeccable. I mean, we didn't even know they'd been here. And you also, all your employees are bonded, and you have a drug-free workplace.
Right, they're all under our insurance, and we have a $2 million completed operations liability insurance, and we're a drug-free workplace, which makes it hard to find help sometimes. But once we get our good help, we keep them, and our guys have been with me for an average of 10, 12 years. Some of them as long as 30 years.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So is there a downside at all to this process?
Part of the downside is the fact that it's hard to get out and get the information out to people.
Right.
Once you get solar, there's really no downside. All solar is hybrid. You know, if you thought about solar water heating, said, geez, what happens when it rains? Well, we still use your electric or your gas backup, so you really never run out of hot water. You never run out of electricity. Everything has got a backup to it.
But with the inflation and the cost of living and everything rising now, that will certainly affect your FPL bill and save you money.
Oh yeah, it's good for the economy. It's good for your economy. It's good for the local economy. It's good for the world economy because it lowers the amount of money being spent. If you think about it, if you had 1 million households in Florida that have put solar water heater in, and each of them saved, say, $600 a year, that's $600 million that stays in Floridians' pockets instead of being spent on energy that just gets burned up.
That's a wonderful example. It also increases the value of your house if you have a reverse mortgage. Am I correct in that?
It increases the value of the house in any case. If you have a reverse mortgage, you can take money out of your equity of the house to invest it in the solar, which will give you anywhere from 10 to 20% return when you're only getting about 2% from the reverse mortgage. As far as the value, when you're ready to sell the house, people used to look at the four things. They'd look at principal, interest, taxes, and insurance is what it costs to have that house. There's one more part of the equation now is energy. A smart home buyer is going to ask what the electric bill is on that house.
Yes.
And in many of our homes, we bring them down almost to zero. We had one customer just send us a copy of her electric bill last month. It was $11.
That's marvelous. It must make you feel wonderful.
It does. And her previous to that, I think her lowest bill was about $175, $180 a month.
And what about the financing on this?
We have several different types of financing. It's usually no money down. Since there are major grants and rebates from the utilities and the government, we'll typically finance the whole thing for 6 months to a year to give you time to get all those rebates back, and then you can pay the loan off with that. And at the end of the 12 months, you've saved anywhere from $600 to $1,000, and so the difference you pay the bank, and the rest is downhill.
That's wonderful, Scott. Really. And we're thrilled at Bayshore. I mean, it was so easy, it was painless. Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And I hope that everybody will listen to this videotape and realize that we are part of the solution when we try and leave less of an imprint on this earth. Also, ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget that Friday the 6th between 4 and 7 we will be having an open house with the residents, their families. It will benefit the Salvation Army and the Volunteer Nokomis Firefighters, which is our year-round cause. And you can meet Scott in person and ask him any questions that you would like to ask him. And we look forward to seeing you. Have a wonderful new year and take care. On behalf of Bayshore Guest Home and Gardens, dear administrator and today's seniors, thank you.
My name is Scott Egglefield. I'm with Mirasol Fafco Solar. Our address is 508 East Colonial Lane, Nokomis, 34275. My phone number is 941-809-7300. My web address is www.mirasolsolar.com.